Hello. So Vikran Engineering Limited's Q1 fiscal year 27 results are finally out and they are confusing me a bit. So if you take a look at the consolidated profit and loss statement, okay? Consolidated. Revenues have declined by 11%, EBITDA has declined by 50%, profit after tax has declined by 29%. However, a standalone P&L statement, a 28% increase in revenue, um 23% increase in EBITDA and 209.9% increase in net profits. So I'm confused. We should follow consolidated, but why is the standalone more than the consolidated? Now, there could be some logic scenarios where standalone could be more than a consolidated, but if you just go here in financial snapshots, it's 204 crores they're mentioning. This is standalone, what they're showing as standalone, not the consolidated one. Even the EBITDA and the net profits is 18 crore almost. They're showing as the standalone figure in the financial snapshots. And in the management commentary, you can see here 28% year-on-year revenue growth. EBITDA grew by 24%. That is also the standalone and not the consolidated. So I guess I'm a bit confused. So I'm assuming this is the assumption, it could be wrong, that this is the one we should be paying attention to. So 28% increase in revenues, 23.7% increase in EBITDA. However, EBITDA margin gone down to 13.7%. Management stated, 14 to 15% EBITDA margin. So this is a dip below that. So that is, need to pay attention if this is the trend 13.7 and not in the 14 to 15% range. Then a 28% revenue growth. The company said that the target is 2,300, 2,200 to 2,300 crores in revenue. That is like a more than 70% increase, as far as I remember, year on year compared to fiscal year 26. So the start of the year is slow. If the guidance they stated, they're still keeping to it. Now, if we move down here, the order book. Okay, so the order book, you can see the progression. As of 31st March 2026, 5,200 crores. As of 30th June 26, 6,304 crores. And as of 11th August 2026, 6,439 crores. And you can see the composition from solar, power trading, distribution, water infrastructure, and railway infrastructure. So, things to keep an eye on. One is the margin, 13.7% of the margin, 14 to 15% is the guidance. And talking about revenue growth, they gave the guidance of 2,200, 2,300 crores in revenue. This was a pretty slow start. They do have a big order book, but execution is very important here. And one more thing. So, assuming and the standalone figure or the standalone figure shown here is the one to pay attention to, why did the profit after tax rise so much, 209%? First, or other income, okay? Other income rose from 0.7 crores to 11.2 crores. So there is that. EBITDA is excluding other income. Okay, remember that. So there's a big, massive increase in other income. Then, if you come to this depreciation, amortization, and finance cost, um, they have risen. Like you can see, finance cost has actually decreased, and depreciation, amortization has not increased. It has increased in percentage wise a lot, but as a composition or as a overall part of the costs, they're pretty low. So if you have EBITDA, right, we have EBITDA rising, but finance costs not rising that much, and depreciation amortization not being that much, there is that. But tax increased quite a lot from 1.7 crores to 5.6 crores. So yeah, so one is basically that the other income was a lot. Second, there was EBITDA growth. There was definitely 23% EBITDA growth, and depreciation amortization not that much. Finance costs actually declined. Interest payments costs actually declined. They paid, they did like triple their tax payments. There is that. Let us see how the company performs in the future. Bye.